Good morning, Rabbi. We were asked by one of our friends regarding the direction during the prayers. It says in the Gemara, Masechet Brachot, Daf Lamed Amud Aleph, and also in the Shulchan Aruch and Siman Tzadik Daled, Amud Seif Aleph, it says over there that a person, when he's praying the Amidah, the silent prayer, the Shmona Esrei, he has to be facing towards Eretz Israel and he has to be facing towards Jerusalem. So what does that mean? We that live in the west side of the world, we live in the west, so therefore we have to face towards the east when we pray, because Eretz Israel is on the east side of our location. It's also not exactly due east. It's a little bit south also, slightly to the south, but nevertheless the most important direction is the east over there. So a person has to be facing towards the east. So therefore, when a person makes also a Bet Knesset, he makes a shul, he makes a synagogue, he has to make sure that he puts the Hechal, the Aron Kodesh, he has to put it towards the side of Eretz Israel, towards the east. If we're on the west side, as we said, has to be towards the east. A person should do it this way. Now the problem is that in many shuls you're going to find, in the area that we live, in the New York area, and the Forest Hills, Regal Park, all kinds of places like this, that really the shuls are never due east or in one particular direction. They're like southeast, northeast, whatever, all kinds of things. Even sometimes the opposite direction. Sometimes going towards the west, northwest, southwest. Sometimes the mistake is quite great. So the question is, what should a person do in a case like that when the shul was not made the proper way? So it's brought down in the halakha, as we said, that regardless of how the shul was made, the people have to pray towards the side of Eretz Israel. So if the Hechal, if the Aron HaKodesh was not put on the right side, on the east side, they should turn around and pray the other way. Because the main point is to pray towards Eretz Israel, not to pray towards the Hechal. That's not the issue. That's not what we find in the halakha. So therefore, even if the direction is very, very wrong, it's still a person has to turn around and pray in the right direction. Now, several questions arise regarding this. Number one is, what about if all the people are praying in the direction of the Hechal, Aron HaKodesh? So can you now direct yourself in a different direction in order to be towards Eretz Israel, even though you're going against the whole tzibur? So is that called Poresh Minat Tzibur, or is that called that you're straying away from the ways of the tzibur, of the community? Is that called Yuhara, that you're being Gava, that you're being arrogant, you're being haughty by correcting everybody, by telling everybody they're not doing the right way, and you're the only one who does the right way? Is there an issue with that? Also, another issue is, if a person started in the wrong direction when he started to pray the Amidah, now what does he do? Does he have to stop in the middle and turn around? What should he do? So, number one, first of all, the first question, as we asked, is that when you're doing against the way that the tzibur does, the community does, is there something wrong with that? Because you want to do it the way with the halakha, you want to do it like it says in the Talmud, like it says in the Shulchan Aruch. So the answer is, it says in the Sefer Yad Eliyahu, it's brought down also in the Bir Hatev, in Siman Tzadik Daled, Sif Katan Gimel, that a person should do in the right way. No matter what the tzibur does, no matter what the community does, you should do it the right way according to the Shulchan Aruch. You should be facing towards Eretz Israel. So you're going to come and tell me, but this person is being arrogant, he's being haughty. No, it's not true. When a person is doing the Shulchan Aruch, he's not doing some kind of a chumrah, some kind of stringency. Just going according to the Shulchan Aruch, what it says over there, what it says in the Talmud. So that's not called arrogance. That's not called that you're straying away from the tzibur. You're straying away from not the tzibur, from the community. You're straying away from the person here, with people who are mistaken. So that's a mitzvah to do like that. They're doing the wrong way. You should do it the right way. You have to do what Hashem wants from you, not what they want. So therefore, since it's something which is written in the Shulchan Aruch, it's simple. Therefore, there's no prohibition to turn away from the tzibur and to pray in the right direction, even though it's against their direction somewhat, or even totally against their direction, totally in the opposite way. Whatever it is. And if they ask you why you do that, so you should explain to them, halakha is like what you're doing, and what they're doing is not correct. Maybe they should turn around and do the other way. Everybody else should also turn around and do the other way. So therefore, Rabbi, there is no prohibition to go against the tzibur, go against the community in a case like this, where it doesn't involve the stringency, it just involves a simple halakha, which is brought down in the Shulchan Aruch. Number two, we also ask, what should a person do if he already started to pray in the wrong direction and now he wants to correct himself? Does he have to now stop and pray again? Does he have to go back and do it over? Or does he pray over because he's praying in the wrong direction? Or what should he do in a case like that? So it's brought down in the Bet Yosef. Also, we find this in the Taz as well, in that Siman Tzadik Daled, that if a person started to pray in the wrong direction, what he should do is, even though his body is in the wrong direction somewhat, or totally, or whatever, he should turn his face towards the right direction, tilt his face to the right or to the left, right? Depending on what he needs to do to go in the right direction. And as long as his face is tilted in the right direction, even though his body's not 100% in the right direction, so therefore it's good. It's allowed to do that. And this is the way a person should do. Doesn't have to pray over again. Doesn't have to do prayers over again. And let's say a person, for some reason, he's totally in the wrong direction altogether. He has to do like a 180 to go around the other way. So there, he can't do his face like that to turn his face around. Otherwise, he's going to break his neck. So what's going to be is that he's going to have to finish praying in the direction that he was in. And there's no choice over there because he can't turn around all the way. So therefore, what he'll do is he'll finish in the wrong direction. And b'diavad, after the fact, he does fulfill his obligation like that by praying in the wrong direction, because this is not really something which holds back the prayers altogether, as we find in the later sifim over there in the paragraphs in Shulchan Aruch, that if a person is sometimes he's allowed to pray in the wrong direction since he doesn't know which direction it is, or all kinds of situations like that, or let's say he's going on the derech, he's going on the way, and there's no way for him to stop there. So therefore he's allowed to pray in the wrong direction as well. So sometimes a person is allowed to pray in the wrong direction in cases like this. So therefore, if a person started in the wrong direction and he can't turn his face around, it's too far around. So what he does, he just prays and finishes the way it is. But in general, Rabbi, a person should start in the right direction, and he should finish in the right direction. Everything should be done in the proper way. So if he is cognizant and he remembers how to do and which direction to go in, he should pray in that direction. Just to give you an example, to give you to whet your taste buds a little bit regarding some shuls over here in the area, in the Regal Park Forest Hills area. We have, let's say, for instance, the question that we received was regarding a shul which is on right off the corner of Yellowstone on 63rd. There's a kindergarten over there, right? It was called Forest Park Daycare, right? Something like that. So over there, it's called Rabbi Friedman's shul. So over there, the truth is that the Hechal, the Aron HaKodesh, is totally in the wrong way. Instead of facing east, it's facing west and the southwest. That's the way it's facing. So therefore, it's like absolutely in the wrong direction. So in a case like that, they would have to turn around the whole tzibur. They should turn around and pray in the other direction, but facing a little bit towards the right, because it's not really due west that direction either. Even going towards 108th Street, it's not really 100% due east. So therefore, they should turn around a little bit to the right, 45 degrees about, facing Chosen Gardens over there, that restaurant, Chinese restaurant. That area, that direction will be the proper direction to go east. Also, let's say, for instance, Bet Gavriel. So Bet Gavriel, on 108th Street and 66th, 67th, whatever it is, over there, the issue is that they're facing, it's northeast they're facing. So the truth is that they need to go not towards the north, they need to go east or a little bit towards the south. So therefore they would have to turn around to the right side a little bit and face towards the right, about 45 degrees around there, towards the right corner. That would be the proper way to pray in Bet Gavriel. It wouldn't be towards the direction of the Aron HaKodesh, because that would be northeast, which is in the wrong direction a little bit. So therefore, to turn around 45 degrees would be the proper thing to do. What about in the Georgian shul, in the Georgian synagogue? Over there in the Georgian synagogue, it's facing southeast, a little bit too much towards the south. So therefore, what they should do over there is turn towards the left a little bit, about 45 degrees, and therefore they'll be going due east. That will be the proper thing to do, not too much towards the south. So they have to turn to the left side. So as we said about in Bet Gavriel, they have to turn a little bit towards the right side, 45 degrees. In the Georgian shul, they have to turn a little bit towards the north side, because they're going a little bit too far south over there. So they have to turn to the left about 45 degrees. When it comes to the daycare center that we mentioned, they have to go all the way, do like almost a 180, all the way around, and pray towards the other side, a little bit towards the right, tilt a little bit towards the right, not exactly the opposite way, but a little bit towards the right, towards the Chosen Gardens, a little bit 45 degrees angle, something like that. So this is the way it does it. Every person who has we can't go down to all the shuls in the area. There's many shuls over here. So a person should, if he really wants to know what the right direction is in his shul where he's praying, what he should do is go to the maps and look it up over there which direction he's in. He should be facing either due east or a little bit towards the south, a little bit southeast, slightly, not 45 degrees, a little bit 10 degrees, whatever it is. That's the proper way to go to Eretz Yisrael, would say. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu should turn us into the right direction. We should be going in the direction of the Torah, of the holiness of Eretz Yisrael. We should get to Eretz Yisrael very soon, Bezat Hashem, and towards Yerushalayim. We should go to Yerushalayim and see the building of the Mikdash. Amen. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'Amen. Chazak, Baruch. You should be blessed with wealth, health, and happiness. Amen ve'Amen.